He'll figure. Star Report. Friday evening. Welcome aboard. Okay, had a long day, getting a late start here, but I want to tackle two topics. Please chime in about the main topic. The Boston Celtics suspend their head coach for an entire season. An entire season. Why not just get rid of his dumb ass, huh? Florida boy Jay will be tapping in to assist with that topic. I have not kept up to speed with the Celtics, in quite some time. Although Larry Bird is the greatest ever, in my opinion. All right. Also, my showrunner, do hip-hop pioneers deserve reparations? That's going to be my main focus, and I need some time to lay that out. And I want you guys to really chime in, okay? Also, you can talk crazy tonight. You can use profanity as long as you're donating, okay? Damn the algorithm. But I myself am sipping black coffee, and I've got some type of fancy, some type of sweet tea. I've never had it, but I picked it up in Kroger's supermarket. So no alcohol for me tonight, okay? Good evening, troll babies. How you guys doing? Can you hear me? How's the spelling? Deeds, is my spelling okay on the screen? I was rushing, just got back home. Hold on a second, let me fix the box on top of the live chat for PayPal. Okay, we should be good, All right, so I've got the notes here. Let me just put some bullshit on the table early. The head coach for the Boston Celtics, I've got all his info, and rather than butcher his name, let me just say that he's 45 years of age. His baby mama, not his wife, Nia Long, is 51. So he's got some seasoned coochie, and yes, I know he just moved her up to Boston without telling her about the quagmire that has been going on for quite some time. The Boston front office knew that he was smashing not one, but two females. Yes, no, troll babies? Bring me up to speed, please. And salute to left-handed. When he called in the other day, I was trying to get him to give us something, and he was like, nah, I don't want to say. I'm like, why not? Black or white? Or who was he smashing? Anyway. So, to my knowledge, the Boston Celtics has known, and he knew that they knew, so the suspension was no surprise to him. I've got his statement, and I'm in no rush to read it. He's remorseful, yada, yada, yada. And, yeah, so Nia Long, 51 years of age. We know her as she's not an A-lister, respectfully. Is Nia Long a C-lister? What does she do? Is she on BET? Is she on the show Power? What is Nia Long doing now? I remember her from Love Jones. But she's always been a classy girl. 51 years of age, seasoned coochie, So, hey, man, he's waking up to a vagina with gray hair, I'm sure. Did she know how he was moving? A lot of these girls know, and they play their position. Again, he's the head coach for the Boston Celtics, a champion. He's been on a number of NBA teams, holding a second with the Spurs. Most of us know him from the Spurs. He was with the Brooklyn Nets, the Philadelphia 76ers. And some decent stats. I'm going to say decent stats, unless you say, nah, he was trash. Decent stats. Did Nia Long know or does she know what she's got? Now, up on Twitter, they are coming to her defense. Yeah, queen, you don't need him. Gone, girl, leave him. Nia Long ain't leaving him. Oh, who wants a 51-year-old black actress? Let's keep it real. They've got a son together. I'm not going to talk about nobody's kid. But yeah, she's 51, according to Wikipedia. If I had to guess, she's 53. if I had to guess, she's 53. You know, she wakes up in the morning, she has to put her face on. I say that respectfully, okay? All right, how you guys doing in the live chat? I feel like turning up tonight. You can call in, talk hella crazy and reckless, but you have to donate. Just don't call in cursing, you know, and thinking I'm going to entertain your bullshit for free. Now, let me get to my showrunner. I need some time to lay this out. I don't want to focus on what DJ Academic said, nor Russell Simmons responding to him, or anybody else. We still have this thing called freedom of speech, and I don't think what Academic said was that serious. But at the same time, I know and respect a lot of pioneers of hip-hop. You know this, you know my history, and this goes back long before I ever got to radio. Just living in New York City, Queens, uptown Manhattan, a lot of love and respect for the pioneers. Now, I can tell you exactly when I started talking about, and I wasn't using the term reparations, but I was talking about some type of fund for the pioneers of hip-hop on Hot 97. It was right after 9/11. Right after 9/11, I had got suspended over the Aliyah clusterfuck. And I came back, and then the Twin Towers went down, and then my whole PR campaign was, wiped away. The JDL was on my ass, the Jewish Defense League, because of some other things I was talking about with respect to Jews being exiled out of Europe long before the Holocaust. So, after 9/11, for those of you who, you may remember, Richard, I got your donation. Thank you. Thank you. After 9/11, MS Communications, which owns, still to my knowledge, Hot 97, they were trying to take 10% out of people's paychecks who worked at the station to send to Israel. I flipped out. I flipped out on the airwaves, and I said, I will sue the shit out of you. Well, I didn't say shit. Or if I did, they didn't catch it. And anyway, I said, I will sue the hell out of you. You're not taking money out of my check. I don't make that much anyway. I was making $125,000 at Hot 97 the first year. I threatened to sue them. And then I started talking about, well, why don't you take some of that money and pay for some funerals of the young black kids that are killing themselves in the goddamn inner city areas, who listen to this station, who listen to all the bang, bang, shoot 'em up, nigga die slow stuff that we're pumping over the airwaves. Yes, troll babies? That's one of Star's old terms. Bang, bang, shoot 'em up, nigga die slow. And then I started really just flipping on them because, again, they were trying to take money out of my check, 10%. And I said, well, why don't you do something for the rappers who you rip off and you steal from? I mean, I laid into them. Long story short, peace to the guy DX21, because DX and I, we always used to, well, even before I got to Hot 97, I used to keep a log of everything that I wrote for the Source magazine, all of my columns. I laminated everything. When I got to MTV, the Beat Suite, I did a show 5 days a week, 1 hour a day, and I used to write top fives, me and DX21. So I just want to give you a little context here, because I don't want to just throw it out there, oh, do they deserve reparations? Can you see that? This is some of the older, but still, these are my notes from the Star and Buckwild show. And I have every radio show that I've done, we've kept a log. Can you see this? The Star and Buckwild show, Friday, May 13th, 2011. 6 a.m. hour, the topics that I spoke about, 7 a.m. hour, going into the 8 o'clock hour. 9:10 a.m., Alicia Keys has an auction scheduled to take place on May the 22nd. A little bit later on, we spoke about Big Boy gives his daughter her own record label as a Sweet 16 gift, and so on and so forth. So again, This idea of reparations for the pioneers is not just something I'm pulling out of my ass right now. I've thought this through once upon a time, and I'm sure other people as well have considered this. But the labels and the radio stations, because the radio corporations, they would have to be liable to some extent, along with ASCAP and BMI. Now, let me also say, before most of you ever heard of me, I worked for record labels for a decade. Most of you know this. I worked in the marketing and the promotion departments for WEA, Warner Electra Atlantic, and that's why I got so many gold and platinum plaques and awards and stuff like that. I also worked at Sam Goody in the classical music department for a year with a guy named Mel Smith, who, if you're an industry guy, you know Mel Smith went on to be a powerhouse, great fucking guy. He worked at Bad Boy and Rap-A-Lot Records. So, like me or not, my knowledge is very intense when it comes to music history, okay? So, I'm updating the thought about money being owed to the hip-hop pioneers, and let's use the word reparations. Let's use reparations. Your blues artists from the South, and I'll even say FBA, Foundational Black Americans, that created blues, jazz, bebop, and other forms of music. Some even say country and bluegrass. You guys can chime in wherever you like. They had to fight to get money for their creations that were stolen from them. They were ripped off. Coming out of the 45s and the 78s, there was a period where you had 8-track cassettes. Then you had cassettes. And then albums, of course, you know. And I'm not going to give you the exact timeline, but CDs, DVDs, Blu-ray DVDs. Now, the reason why it's important that I say this is because the labels used to get very slick, and they would give deals to the black artists, the creators of those genres that I just mentioned, along with hip-hop. They would give them deals, primarily deals for those types of formats. Those types of formats. The contracts then went on somewhere in the late 90s, mid-90s, they started using language in contracts of universal, the music that we are acquiring, or the creativeness, we are going to acquire the rights throughout the universe, the galaxy. Literally, they would say galaxy in contracts. This is important. Just give me a second to ramble here. Now we have streaming. What's next after streaming? Anybody want to take a guess in that live chat? Anybody want to take a guess? I don't know. But if I had to guess, I will say something. After streaming, there's going to be a new format. And this is how the corporations, the labels, and whoever else is making their money now off of the creations of the founding fathers and the pioneers of hip-hop and rap music. I don't want to say anybody's name in particular, but some of the founding fathers, you know this already, they have written some of the most historical, monumental songs. Not just classics, fucking monumental. These songs are played in different parts of the goddamn world, and people, they hear that song and they say, woo, hip hop, hip hop, you don't stop, rocking to the bang bang boogie. They know it because it's played, it's programmed in different formats. So after streaming, if I had to guess, there'll be some type of hub, whether it's in your home, whether it's in a cloud, whether it's a 3D screen that you can just open up, in your home, in your car, and the music is already there. It's included in some type of package. You know how cable has what do they call that shit? The cable package, 3 for play or some crazy shit. So the music will already be there. It will already have been purchased. A bundle. They call it a bundle. Well, you've already got the bundle, Mr. Terrain. It already includes 30,000 songs, and you're gonna get 20,000 new songs for the next 3 years. It's already paid for. Will the hip-hop pioneers be getting that money based upon that new format? Based upon that new format. If you ask me, they're trying to already limit how you can get paid. Okay, well, we'll give you some streaming rights, but it doesn't mean that, we're going to, just hand everything over to you. We have to make money, too. That's why they came up with the 360 deals. Going to get an amen if you know what I'm talking about. Those 360 deals. Ripping people up. Okay, so I just want to say that, and let's focus on that instead of what DJ Academic said. Russell Simmons responding. Russell, I love you, my nigga, but hey, man, come on, dog. I love you, my nigga, but just relax, You and Rick Rubin sold Def Jam down the river like an old slave. You sold that shit, man, and I'm gonna leave it at that. What else did Russell sell down the river like an old slave? Was it the Rush credit card, a Fat Farm? I'm not hating because, once again, queens get the money. But, when Russell says, I made a lot of people rich, that's true. But it wasn't with his money. I'll just say that, okay? All right, Florida Boy Jay, you ready? Let's talk basketball. FBJ. Hold a second. Florida Boy Jay. And thank you, Deeds. I got your text message. If I missed any super chats, I appreciate you guys, but I had to get all that out about reparations. Do hip-hop pioneers deserve reparations? If you ask me, yes. Yes. And don't let them say, well, everything's so antiquated now. Bullshit. No, there's ways to do it. There's definitely a way. DX21 and I actually came up with a goddamn framework on Hot 97. Oh, that's something else I was going to mention. Hold on, I forgot. Hold on. FBJ, sit tight. Hold on, Floyd, but Jay, stay there. I forgot to make mention to those of you creators, when you create something, and you got to be careful, especially on these platforms, when you accept the terms of service, you're literally giving them the creative rights for a lot of things that you post. You got to be careful. When I got to Hot 97, I'll just use Hot 97. Oh, pardon me, and MTV. Let me go back to MTV, 1998, 1999. What is it? That was MTV. Their contract, even though I just signed it, I signed on without really picking and nitpicking through the contract. I made it known that the things that I was submitting to MTV that we would use on the Beat Suite, the top fives and all the other sort of jazz, were things that I had already written in the Source magazine. So they could not obtain the property rights, the mechanical property rights. Okay, I just want to say that. Florida Boy Jay, man, sorry for the long, drawn-out discussion here, but how are you, man? Thank you for tapping in. Where is he?
Yeah, man, we're doing good.
No, you're on a speakerphone, homie. That's not going to work. You're on a speakerphone. We can't hear you. Make some adjustments fast, player.
All right, my bad. Can you hear me?
It's a little better. A little better. Sounds like you're in a big-ass room,
all right,
man.
Yeah, my bad. Just got to Vegas last night. We're just getting ready, but let's get to this topic.
Yes.
With Ime Udoka and his infidelity with Nia Long and his suspension with the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
The Celtics suspended him indefinitely for inappropriate acts with a staff member. The Boston Celtics found out, and they were aware about this affair in July. And they thought it was consensual until she, released a complaint against him about some unsolicited, comments and actions he has made. And once that's happened, they kind of, threw him out to dry. They, told Adrian Wojnarowski and a couple other NBA reporters, they leaked the story themselves, and they didn't fire him, but they suspended him indefinitely. And right now it's a fallout because, like I said, he's engaged to Nia Long. He just moved her and the family up there 2 weeks ago, knowing that this situation was going to go public. And he only told her recently, a few days before it went public, because it was inevitable.
Well, now, hang on a second. They've been engaged since 2015. I spoke about that the other day. So it's not like, they were getting ready to walk down the goddamn aisle or jump the broom anytime soon. Now, there's two females that he's been allegedly having inappropriate relationships with. One is a black woman. The other one is a Caucasian who's married to one of the senior VPs. Yes?
Yes. And I think the one that married to the senior VP, they said that he had a private investigator that was following her around because he knew that she was cheating. And while the private investigator was following her around because she was hot in the streets, it turned out that they unintentionally found out the man that she was cheating with was none other than the Boston Celtics head coach, Ime Udoka.
Okay.
So he got caught up because the white woman was getting caught up.
Okay, right to the point. Do you think he's coming back? The Celtics are not really saying a whole lot. I watched a press conference with the GM and someone else, and they said they don't want to do a whole lot of commenting right now. But do you think he's out of there?
He's out of there. What's happening right now is that this is only the tip of the iceberg. Right. And instead of them throwing him completely under the bus and exposing everything and just firing him outright, they're suspending him indefinitely, to give some grace period for the rest of the information to leak out in the next coming weeks and months to make it irrefutable and to have the public turn on him and turn back into the favor of the Celtics, and for the Celtics to release a statement saying we have let him go because his acts don't align with the team morals and values. What's happening right now, like I said before, they're doing a soft landing. They're letting him get the public bashing. I don't know if you heard what Matt Barnes said. Matt Barnes said he was sticking up for him until somebody called him with some very legit information about the situation, and Matt Barnes said he had to take his support of Ime Udoka post down off his Instagram. He said the facts are 100 times worse than what the public knows about. It's only going to be a matter of time until we all know the lewd and disgusting. All
right, now hang on a second. This guy, born in Portland, Oregon, where's his family from? Somewhere in Africa, somewhere?
First of all, his dad is Nigerian. Okay. A non-FBA, and his mother is a white woman.
Hey, can you turn some audio down in the background? Because this algorithm is very sensitive. I don't want to get a copyright issue going on here. Do you got television or radio something on in the background? No?
Yeah, no, I got a bunch of loud niggers in the back. I'm sorry. Okay. I stepped outside now.
Okay.
So,
Nigerian.
Like I said, he's Nigerian. His mother is Caucasian, so he is a biracial Nigerian, non-FBA brother from the Northwest. Yes. So his loyalty to black women and the black woman is God. He doesn't believe in that because he doesn't even come from the birth canal of a black woman. So, dog and a black woman.
Niggas sound like Star.
Especially, a G-list actor like Nia Long. We all love Nia Long, but let's not act like she's, some type of, actor where we're all lusting over her. Like, this is not 1995. We're not living in the era of Love Jones. You know what I'm saying? She's an older woman, and he's doing what he's supposed to do. The same thing Doc Rivers and a lot of these NBA coaches do. They sleep with the staff. They sleep with the women on the road. And she knows what type of nigga he is because she dated an NBA ball player. He used to play for the Boston, not Celtics. He used to play for the San Antonio Spurs. She got an NBA ball player. He turned into an assistant coach and then eventually a head coach. But let's not act like Nia Long grabbed some nigga at the hedge fund and he was some nobody and she brought him to prominence and now he should be kissing her feet because he's some bum.
Yeah.
No.
So she's got a whole lot of people up on the gram and Twitter. Hold your head, Queen. Hold your head, Queen. All that sort of jazz. Okay, so now hold on a second. So now with regards to the Celtics, who's going to be filling in for him for the head coach? Do you know? Do you care?
I know I can grab the name. Give me a moment because they do have a coach that's going to fill in.
It's not that important.
Yeah,
it's not that important. I just want to comb through. Is this the end for him? And how long is his contract? I don't even know how long he's contracted with the team.
Yeah, the backup coach that is going to be taking over is Joe Mazzulla. He's been with the franchise for over 10 years.
Okay.
You know, he's Caucasian, so they're gonna give the job back over to Whitey and have him, you know, guide the championship team. They're pushing him out the same way they did Mark Jackson with the Warriors. When they feel like it's the next dynasty on the come up, you know what they do? They have the black man, you know, upstart the franchise, take him to prominence.
I disagree. Hold on. I disagree. And for those who don't know, do you know how long Casey Jones coached the Boston Celtics, a black man?
Yeah, he was a coach in the 80s. I know. Red Auerbach put him in charge. I understand the Celtics had a black coach. I'm not just talking about the Celtics in general. I'm just talking about in professional sports what happens. They get a black man to get an upstart team, get some draft picks. He takes the team to the playoffs and becomes a serious contender. And before he can really win a championship with them, they let him go. They bring in some mystical white man with no resume, and he ends up winning.
Hang on. You see, I'm not gonna go down that path. Like, oh, they're so racist. They've had black coaches in Boston. Bill Russell, yes, Bill Russell went through hell and high water. But people just have this hatred towards the Boston and New England teams. You know, people forget that the Patriots brought in Cam Newton with all that goofy shit that he was doing. They brought him in, and the Bruins, the first black hockey player signed to the Bruins. Yes, Florida Boy Jay, Boston Bruins.
Right.
Hello? Yes? No?
You're right. Yeah. Yes. You can hear me? Yeah. Well, I agree. You're right.
Your phone was going in and out. Phone's going in and out. So, yes, I don't want to, they get rid of the black man. This bum, I'm going to call him a bum, this bum-ass nigga went up there and was doing too much. Go ahead.
Yeah. I believe, listen, he was doing too much, bringing Nia along all on the sidelines during the finals, had his side bitches probably poking their lip out, you know what I'm saying, trying to clout chase with Nia Long. And it was like, we ain't having none of that. You ain't win us the championship. You're getting your clout up, and now you're sliding on this good white woman in Boston. No, we ain't having that. They had to pack him up. They're getting him up out of there. He's going to become public enemy number one. It doesn't matter whatever statement he's releasing talking about he let down his family. He fumbled the bag. He literally fumbled the bag. You were assistant coach for 10 years under the tutelage of Popovich in San Antonio.
Right.
You had good recommendations. They put you in position to be the next up-and-coming head coach, and you lost it. You went to the finals. You lost that ring. Bill Russell died, and now you got caught out for cheating on your fiance that you said you've been about to marry her for the past 10 years. This is a black relationship. You only niggas be engaged for 15 years and never get down the aisle because niggas is trifling.
All right, hang on. Take a breath. Can you hang on and stay with me on the line for 5 or 10 minutes? I want to take some calls. You got time?
Yeah, I got some time.
Okay, and folks, we're going to put some respect on Robert Parrish tonight as well, goddamn. I rolled with the Celtics back in the 80s, for those who don't know. Area code 352, good evening. Are you talking about the hip-hop Pioneers or the Boston Celtics head coach? 352. 352, yes, no, maybe? Good evening. Okay, you're lagging, we got to go. See you later. Okay, let's try area code 908. Good evening, 908. Are you there? 908.
Yeah, what's going on, Star?
Hey.
It's, Brooklyn Giggles.
Hey, man. How are you? Good to hear from you. It's cracking.
I'm good. I want to talk about the Celtics head coach.
Your phone sounds a little distorted. Can you make some adjustments? A little crazy.
Can you hear me now?
A little better. Yes, sir. There you go. Go ahead. Celtics head coach.
Yeah, I think he was definitely screwed over. I thought it was kind of sleazy how they kind of leaked that information about the situation with the two females that he apparently had relationships with. I thought that was kind of sleazy on their part and kind of racist, in my opinion. And, you know, I don't like that Florida boy Jay kept bringing up the non-FBA perspective. Like, what does that mean?
He's right on the line. He's right there. Talk to him. He's right there.
No, I'm talking to him. I'm talking to him.
Okay,
like, bro,
so
I guess.
is he? Let me ask you a question. Is he not Nigerian and Caucasian?
What's the problem
Yes
with
or
that,
no?
though? Like,
Yes or no?
Brooklyn Giggles is Nigerian. You're Nigerian, right?
but
Brooklyn
why
Giggles?
you have to bring that? But why is that a big deal that he's not an FBA? Why is that even
It's a
part
big
of the conversation?
because the Nigerians got an opportunity
Scammers.
to coach an American. To coach an
Scammers. Let's go to
American
FBJ. Don't play with him. They're
sports league.
scammers.
Scamming. Yes, scamming.
Play with that nigga.
Sliding and slipping all across the league.
Yeah.
He fumbled the bag, being a sneaky Nigerian, as most, if not all of you are.
Right.
And he got caught. And when he
Talk
got
to that
caught,
nigga.
he wanted to play the woe is me game after cheating on a FBA Black American legend in Nia Long. She's not the Nia Long in '95, but she's still Nia Long, and she is still respected by the African American.
Okay, let him respond. Brooklyn Giggles, you have the floor.
Yeah.
Let him respond. Let him respond.
Here's my problem with what you just said. You act as if a regular FBA wouldn't do the same thing. Like you know, Jordan cheated on his wife. Multiple NBA players cheat on their wives. So what makes this dude so special? Because he's Nigerian? Like, I don't get your argument. Multiple African Americans that are FBA that make millions of dollars in the NBA or the NFL cheat on their wives. So what are you talking about that? Oh, he's scandalous because he's Nigerian because he do 419.
I want to jump in on that one, FBJ. I want to take this one. Yeah, Jordan was married. Brooklyn Giggles. This Nigerian led her on for a decade and didn't even wife her. Go ahead.
Of course. She's 55 years old. He knew better. What are we talking about here? No,
Brooklyn,
what are we talking about here? He's old as
So
hell.
doesn't it sound
Why
like,
would he? No. All right, go ahead, Flip Boy. Go ahead.
Okay, Brooklyn. So doesn't it sound like? Yeah, listen. Doesn't it sound like he's been scamming Nia Long for the last 15 years? You just moved her up to Boston 2 weeks ago, knowing this shit was about to come out. If that's not a scam, I don't know what it is. You uprooted her from her home. I'm pretty sure she was a independent Black woman with her own. You then sweet talked her into probably selling her properties and her assets off. Now she's up under your tutelage and direction. And just after she sold her assets off, you're like, hey, babe, I know you let go of your bag, but guess what? I cheated too. That is perfect pinpoint Nigerian scamming 101. And you know it. That's why you called in, because hit dogs like you are going to holler every time.
Here's the I'm about to land my plane. Here's the problem. Once again,
let's go.
There's niggas. There are niggas out there that got no job and they're FBA, no job with smelly ass socks, banging these 9-to-5 chicks. What you got to say about that? But they're FBA. So you making this argument that wait, hold up. You make this argument that we Nigerians we scam. And I'm not going to debate that, we are, but not all of us. But you telling me that FBA niggas don't do the same shit but worse? You telling me the FBA nigga wouldn't do the same shit to Nia Long? Are you kidding me?
FBA nigga would have jumped the broom with her. He would have wifed her and then cheated on her. But listen, man.
No. You really telling me that a regular FBA nigga in his position would have done the same thing?
Yep.
Someone that's like 40-something years old.
Mm-hmm. And when they gave her 3 babies, sit that ass down.
Okay.
Sit that ass down.
All right, now we playing. All right, whatever, man. It's all good.
But you're doing.
No, I want him to go. Brooklyn Giggles, good to talk to you, man. You had the last word, sir. You had the last word. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm out.
Okay, all right.
Whatever.
Stay
man.
right
I'm
there,
out.
Florida Boy J. That was Brooklyn Giggles tapping in. Okay. Thank you for the donation. Infallible personality, AO Star. I'm putting some respect on the machine. Thank you. And your book was fire. Thank you so much. Guys, my PayPal information is at the top of the live chat if you want to donate via PayPal, or the Cash App is on the screen, okay? Hi, Sharice. I got your donation via PayPal. Thank you for chiming in. And Marquise, I got your donation as well. Let's bring another call. Oh, I think this might be, I'm not sure. Area code 202. Good evening. Are you there? 202.
I see you got that hat on. See you got the hat on of a Super Bowl team this year. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Aaron's on the line with Florida Boy Jay.
Hey, man, get that spear chucking mud hut liver back on the line, man. From Nigeria.
He's off. Brooklyn Giggles. He signed off.
Okay.
What's going on, man? What's cracking?
He should be giggling. In Legos. You call them Legos Giggles from here on out.
Okay.
What's going on, man? Yeah, Celtics coach. I got to be honest. I think the punishment is excessive.
Come on.
Yeah. I don't know if there was any foul play involved with this. I don't know if he forced himself on him or anything. But if he didn't, I think it's perfectly normal for men to look at other women. I'm sorry. I just think a man in that position, Nia Long is depreciated assets at this point.
Let's go.
And I think that, they're replaceable. I mean, I do agree with everything Florida Boy said in terms of his Nigerian ways. But I do think men of a certain caliber deserve to get out the house every now and again. So that's just me. It's my opinion.
Okay. I don't know. Florida Boy Jade, has there been any talks of how long his contract is with the Celtics? Because I'm sure that there's a clause in there with respect to moral turpitude. Most of the contracts I signed, that phrase is updated and updated according to so-called standards of society. How long is his contract? Do you know, Florida Boy Jay? Is he there? Was FBJ? Yes, no, maybe. Or do you know, Aaron?
Oh, yeah, I'm right.
How long is his
right
contract
I was
with the
mute.
Celtics? How long is his contract? Do you know?
Contract, pulling it up. I'm still looking for it. Just give me a moment. I'll find it for you.
Okay.
And let me just shout something out about the Celtics about
Go ahead.
the octoroons taking over, right? Especially octoroons from Missouri, my state. Shouts out to Jason Tatum. I'm loving the way that the NBA is looking. I mean, we were always more superior than the darker people in terms of shooting the basketball.
Oh, Jesus.
Because it requires a higher level. Because it requires a higher level of intelligence. It's the same thing when they shoot and drive-bys. They just can't aim, right? They can dunk, but they can't. So, instead of white men can't jump, how about dark skins can't shoot as a follow-up
All right,
sequence?
listen, Aaron, you're going someplace else. I want us to at least comb through
I know,
through
here
this,
we go.
I don't mind you going there, but, I mean, let's find out how long his contract is, number one. Are you into basketball, Aaron, at all? You a basketball guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many years on the contract does he have? Do you know? Florida Boy Jay's Googling.
I don't know.
Jesus, okay.
I don't know at all.
Guys on the screen, please make sure you visit my sponsors. Okay, I'm shuffling the sponsors around right now. Hold on a second, and I have a brand new sponsor. And I'm going to promote them shortly if they want to call in.
Who's your squad in basketball and in football?
Well, I mean, listen, I haven't kept up with basketball in the years. I'm more so a Nick hater still. I've always been a Nick hater, but I've seen Celtics games in person. I've gone to Knick games. Right now, I'm in the Atlanta metro area. I'm feeling the Hawks, but I can't say that I go to NBA games or I even pay attention like that. How about yourself? Who's your favorite team?
I'm a Mavericks fan, but until Jordan left, because that was the closest team to Kansas City was the Mavericks after Jordan. And then, of course, football, best team in the world. Who's your football team, by the way?
I don't really have one, to be honest with you. I don't have one.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you got, FBJ? You ready? Or if not, let's go past it. Do you know how long his contract is? Did he?
Yeah, I'm looking everywhere. Nobody's giving me a date, so we can just move past. But hey, listen,
He probably scammed his contract anyway. You know how they are.
Hey, but listen, I have to go ahead and dip up out of here. We got to get ready to go out tonight. But hey, I appreciate letting me call in on the show. You and guys enjoy your night, man. It's an FBA show tonight, man.
Yes, sir. Take care. All right. Aaron, sit tight.
Right,
sit tight. All right, Aaron, I'm going to finish up with you. So, the head coach, you said you think the suspension is a bit much, yes?
Yeah, I do. I do, and it just like.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If as long as he didn't force himself on anybody, right? That's the only thing. Now, if this is something that the chick didn't want, then okay, suspend him, kick him off, whatever. But let's be real, man. Like, women and men at work, it's already contentious anyway. So this is just something that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So I know I actually had a mentor of mine who cheated on his wife from somebody he met at work. I mean, these are things that just happen, right? Okay. Even if we look at like the movie Jungle Fever, right? Wesley Snipes met her at work. So women and men meet at work. That's just one of the ways that they meet. It's, so. Yeah,
you have a common interest. You're together 8 hours of the day minimum. You develop curiosity about that person. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but we're talking about a high caliber position. He's got younger players looking up to him. You have to set a moral standard. You have to control yourself. Now, I don't know his contract. I was hoping Florida Boy Jay or you, because you guys know basketball better than me, would know how long his contract is. They may choose to pay him out. Do you know if he's suspended without pay? Do you know that?
Ooh, I don't know.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't know. Let me see this really quick. Hold on a second. I'm looking for it too.
Hey, hang on. I'm going to put you on hold. Can I put you on hold? I'll come right back.
Okay.
Let me put you on hold, all right?
Yep.
Okay, Aaron's on the line with me, guys. Folks, I have a brand new sponsor on the screen. Let me give that sponsor some shine. Hold on. And if they want to call in my community section, all right, heryummyoni.com. But it's actually Yummy Yoni Oil, okay? Say goodbye to vaginal dryness. Yoni Oil. And I'm going to get you guys on the phone whenever you have time to talk about your product. If you want to call in tonight, shoot me an email. If not, we'll get you on the line. I think I'm doing a show Sunday, all right? But Aaron, sit tight. Judah, I got your donation. Judah says, I am the 97th caller. Okay, you're talking about Hot 97 and Summer Scam. Yeah, that was a scam when I worked there. There was no computer system to pull you up to be the 97th caller. I told you that before, but thank you, Judah, for your donation. James, I got your donation. Cash App, thank you for tapping in. Star, I'm in Woodstock, but I can't find you, homie. Sir, I live a half a mile away from the Wendy's up there. I'm always there twice a week, 8:30 a.m. if you're really looking for me. But thank you for your donation, all right? New Jersey, Trey Pound 38 got your donation because you're always telling your truth. Thank you for the donation, all right? Jared, I got your donation. Are you tapping in? Jared says, love the show, man. Keep it up. Thank you, Jared. Okay. Leonard, I got your donation. Okay. Gangsta of Love, thank you for tapping in. All of the founders must want to get paid in pesos. Wow. Then he says, fuck out of here. Wow. Okay. Well, hey, you sent in the Skrilla. Okay. Hold on a second. Don't let you know that. Are you calling in? Are you calling in a Gift and a Curse podcast? Are you calling in? Hold on a second. If you are, I need to know what number you're calling from. Or, hold on a second. If so, send me the number that you're calling from. Aaron, what'd you find? Aaron, are you there? Aaron.
Yeah, I found it. I found it right now. I'm looking at it. According to ESPN, that Brad Stevens said there's going to be significant financial penalties. So that's all he said, Brad Stevens. But yeah, and nobody else is going to be disciplined. That's all that was said. So I don't know if they're taking all of his pay, but they're definitely taking a big chunk.
When you get time, you don't have...
Some people in the chat are saying 50% pay cut. Saying 50% pay.
Possibly. When you get time, you don't have to do it now because I'm going to take other calls. But Google moral turpitude with regards to these contracts. I'm sure that clause is in there, and if he violates that, they have the option to release him for something called cause.
Yeah.
Cause.
Okay.
And he may. Hang on. He may have to forfeit some of his salary, or they give him a payout under a certain amount of money. So in reality, the suspension can be to his advantage. He may have an out. He can quit and save the possible penalties and some type of fine. But I'll let you finish up. Go ahead.
Yeah, given that, right, that's kind of, crazy. And you said you had it in some of your contracts. So let me ask you a question. Like, seeing as how you used to work in the radio business, did you meet a lot of baddies when you were at work? I'm pretty sure you met a bunch of them, right?
Yeah, but I've always hang on. But I've always been the person who doesn't sling free dick. I don't cross that line with female coworkers. I don't sling free dick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well,
hey, before you go.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler.
Hey, before you go.
I'll let you later, man.
No, Aaron. Before you go, do you ever tell us what field you're in? I mean, I appreciate you calling your donations. What do you do for a living, or is that private?
I'm an entrepreneur.
Okay.
So.
Online business.
International trade.
Okay.
No, international trade, international trade, import, export.
Okay. All right. Good to talk to you, man. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, guys, be careful with females that you work with. And listen, females, be careful with guys that you work with. I don't cross those lines. I don't push up on nobody. I record all my calls. I save emails. Play that game. Tyrone got your donation. Tyrone says they're doing the coach wrong. I don't know, Tyrone. I don't know. I'm not just going to, say, oh, it's racist, yada, 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 They may have rolled out the carpet for this guy. They may have given him a lot more than he even asked for, the ability to hire and fire players. A lot of coaches can't get that. You cannot fire players. You have to go through the fun. Well, I shouldn't say fire. Suspend indefinitely, or even pull them off of the court. Does anybody really know basketball like that? Some players have it within their contract. They have to play X amount of minutes, guaranteed money. Okay. There's my email address on screen for advertising if you guys want to advertise with the show and get a marketing deck with analytics and so on and so forth, all right? Something else I wanted to mention with regards to my showrunner, if you're just now joining the show. Do hip-hop pioneers deserve reparations? Again, I say yes. They're creative models. And what hip-hop once was, it once was a culture. It did have guidelines and parameters or a curriculum of sorts. Again, Zulu Nation put forth peace, love, unity, and having fun, and along with the DJing, graffiti. These were the things that they spoke about, breakdancing. And I'm sure they have documentation, because I've known a lot of those guys over the years, and we've had those conversations. And again, reparations, in my mind, you would have to go through ASCAP, BMI, and these other places, and there's money there. My opinion, okay? All right, Aaron, I got your donation. Thank you. Mr. Skylar Saunders, are you tapping in? Hang on a second. Skylar, good evening. Is that you? Area code 302. Skylar, sorry for the delay.
Yes, sir.
Good to hear from you, man.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good. Let me get your information on the screen. Is your wrench working in the live chat? I always want to make sure you're good
It's
here.
working wonderfully.
Okay. I got you on the screen. Where do you want to go, please? Skylar.
I want to talk about the hip-hop pioneers deserving reparations. Now, I don't want to be, picky or, iffy about, definitions, but should it be pensions instead of reparations?
Okay. Okay.
I agree with pension because you have writers, directors, producers, actors who get from the guild, from the Writers Guild, from Producers Guild, Actors Guild.
Mm-hmm.
They get a certain level of health care as well as a pension.
I'm with AFTRA. I've got a pension coming to me when I get older.
Yeah. I mean, they put in the work. I mean, it's weird too because Nelly had a song that said that KRS-One should be the first rapper to have a pension, and so it's like that was almost 20 years ago.
Right.
And it's like he's a quote unquote old school artist now, so he could be getting a pension.
Mm-hmm. I like the word pioneers. Tretch, Naughty by Nature, came on the Star and Buck Wild show years ago. We had a great conversation, and we didn't even want to use the word old school within that interview. We kept saying architects, pioneers, legends, and so I don't even want to say old school because that's disrespectful. Yeah, ask me. But go, you were saying, go ahead.
That's why I put in scare quotes. That's why I put in scare quotes because they're not. It's like that line: old school, new school, no school rules. Right. So it's more so, the architects of the game, like you said, and the pioneers.
Yeah, I like what you're saying about a pension. That would be, or that could fall under a category of reparations, something by way of I don't know about a union, but there's something there, and you could pull in AFTRA and say, hey, you guys have been collecting money, for decades. And, we got people that created something that are finally getting their credit, and I don't necessarily want to use other cultures as an example, but you know where I'm going, yes?
Absolutely. I understand where you're coming from because if you look at it, hip-hop's going to be 50 next year.
Yeah.
Since the first Block Party with Kool Herc. So it's going to be huge celebrations across the country and the world because it's a global phenomenon, and so I mean these people laid the groundwork. That's the thing. It's like the people put the bricks on the ground or paved the roads. You don't care. You just walk all over, but you don't mind who actually put in the work to put the ground instead of just grass and dirt and gravel.
Right. Again, my history, I've sat in meetings at WEA, Warner Electra Atlantic, and I've seen literally the different marketing reps, whether they were from Sire, Reprise, Electra, or the different subsidiaries, and they would talk about, trying to get this music, the hip hop or rap music, to sell with lesser budgets, coming down from the labels to get more profit, so that it would be worth their time, or signing them to the labels and trying not to give out budgets equivalent to rock and roll artists,
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And look what the turnaround. Look what happened. And you say all the time, they're disposable heroes.
Sadly.
Today's generation especially are disposable heroes.
Sadly, yeah.
It just rolls over, and it's also here's a plug for your book. You wrote about how the turnover rate, how the turnover rate of the music itself. You go from, hip hop, rock had about 40 to 45 year reign. And hip hop's coming up on I just said with the 50th birthday, so they're gonna have to continue to innovate and try to do something that's new and cool, and keep on with I guess rap, because there's really no sense of the quote unquote hip hop within the genre anymore.
Yeah. Well, before quote unquote rock and roll, you had rockabilly.
Yeah, rockabilly. Yep.
Rockabilly. So
the confluence of country and rock and roll. Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot there that, in my mind, if you put together the right team of economists, not entertainers, no disrespect, but economists to really map things out, I see it happening. And maybe we'll go with what you said. a pension as opposed to reparations. But I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish up, Skyler. Go ahead.
On this topic, pioneers of hip hop, like I said, I mean, there's so many people to name. I don't want to start naming because I'm gonna forget somebody, but and the chat room's gonna light me up. So I just want to say for all the people that put down something that the level. I always think of music as direct hatred. It's like your granddaddy hates your daddy's music, and your daddy hates your music, and you hate your son's. It just goes down the line. That's just how the game goes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just thought that was, something to point out.
Hey, man, I appreciate your time. Thank you for tapping in.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your support.
Care. Yes, sir.
And you can find me in the chat room. I'm promoting the story about the Star Report.
Thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Skyler Saunders tapping in. Guys on the screen, please go check out Devious J on YouTube. Devious J, we always post his music in the community section. Okay, let me take a screenshot so I can make sure he knows that we're promoting him. Hold on a second. Okay. Thank you for your donations. Let me go back to Cash App, and then I'm coming to PayPal. Hang on, guys, all right? Is it Glennis? Hey, Glennis, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Smooth Vision Media, thank you for your support. Okay, in 2012, Nia Long said marriage ain't a priority. Okay? They got engaged in 2015, so, maybe they've got some type of business agreement. I don't know. Purvis, I got your donation. Hold on a second. Purvis, are you there? Area code 516. Purvis, good evening. I got your donation.
Yo.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Evening, sir.
It's cracking. Where do you want to start?
Yeah. No, I just wanted to tap in about the whole Celtics situation.
Please.
Like an hour ago, like some news broke that the reason why, because I was also curious on why the punishment was so harsh, but came out that it was the wife of the VP, of the vice president of basketball operations.
That actually came out 5 hours ago. That's why it's in my top story now. That he was sleeping with a Caucasian woman, as you just said, the wife of a VP, and also the black woman. She's married. 2 married women. Go ahead.
Facts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to but that's the reason why the punishment was so harsh. Like the vice president's wife, like that's off limits right there. Like that's foul. That's foul.
Now, hang on. Are you a basketball fan? Do you know? I'm looking for basketball fans because when I talk sports, people always go in the comment section. Yo, I would have called if I knew you was talking sports. Do you know basketball?
I mean, I'm an all-around New York fan, but I'm not a Knicks fan.
You're not a Knicks fan?
I'm a Jets fan. I'm a huge Jets fan. Like, I'm more football than basketball, but
okay.
I'm not really. I don't really have a basketball team, but I am a Knicks hater like you though.
Okay.
I like hating on the Knicks.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
but I'm a sorry Jets fan.
What's that?
I'm a sorry Jets fan though.
Oh, okay.
So,
hey man, thank you for tapping in. Thank you for your donation. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, sir. Salute. All right. We're having a good discussion tonight. Yes, we are, folks. Who would have thought with regards to the Boston Celtics head coach, we could really comb through this. Hold on a second. Barrington got your donation. Barrington says, Star, thank you for all the white enlightenment remarks. Okay. Barrington also says, Aaron is an entrepreneur of slapping. Ooh, okay. And then he's talking about black females. I don't know that to be true. Let's not, put that on him. Who knows? He might try and turn around and sue me. Theo got your donation. Theo says, I'm Nigerian. FBJ and Aaron eat a dick. Okay. Tyrone, got your donation? Are you calling in? Did we speak yet? Hang on a second. Area code 561. Good evening, Tyrone. Tyrone, thank you for chiming in.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. Where do you want to start?
I want to talk about the Boston coach. I think they're doing him wrong because they're kind of like holding him hostage, right? Because they're suspending him. And I watched some of the press conference today.
Okay.
And they said that after the 1 year suspension, it'll be revisited again.
Right.
So it's not guaranteed that he's going to coach again.
Yeah.
If they revisit it, they might say, okay, we're going to let him go. So they're holding him hostage. It's like someone committing murder and they're giving him probation. If he does something so wrong to the organization, why not just fire him? Why hold on to him like that and keep him on the payroll, although he's getting a 50% pay cut? They're keeping him on the payroll, and he don't want to go get another job. I mean, just fire him. And
Can I respond, sir? Can I respond? I want to have a conversation with you. How old are you, first and foremost? How old are you?
55.
Okay. You, like myself, you've seen things. I would imagine you've worked in some corporate structures throughout your journey. Yes? No? Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. We know that it's not that easy to just fire someone because right now there could be other females saying, you know what, I'm going to come forward. That guy violated me. I had an improper relationship with him as well. And then, because he's fired, he can then turn around and sue the corporation. So, yes, you string him along. You keep him out there just in case others pop up. There might be a rape charge coming. He may have smoked crack rock with somebody. You don't know what could be right around the corner. So you sit him down, you suspend him, you let the dust settle. You see if he's going to quit, because if he quits, then you don't have to pay him the rest of the money on the contract. You've got yourself an out. These are all possibilities, yes?
Yeah. But now you have to think the relationship was consensual. So, there's no rape charge going on there. It was two consenting adults just deciding to do whatever they wanted to do. Now, they had, in the Boston Celtics employee handbook, there's a rule that says, you can't mess with employees,
right,
or you can face, punishment
right,
up to firing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if they fire him and just, let him go, I mean, I just think they're holding him hostage, by just suspending him, half his pay, and then, I don't think.
Let's hold the dumb nigger hostage. Yes, let's hold him hostage because we don't know what's going to happen. As far as
and another thing is,
hang on. Let me just say this. Let me just say this because you and I are from the same generation. Right now, lawyers are making the decision, not the GM, not the VPs. The lawyers are making the decisions. It's all the decisions are made with anticipation of possible legal actions to come. It's not one person who just get him out of here. It's not how it works. The lawyers are thinking about possible cleanup jobs. How much is this going to cost us? Will insurance cover something? Right now we're hearing that it's two consensual relationships, but there may be 4 other girls who say, no, that guy raped me. What's the guy's name, the quarterback? He's with the Cleveland Browns now. He was with the Houston Texans. What's his name?
Oh, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. How many girls came out and said, hey, that guy is a fucking weirdo, and I'm suing the shit out of the goddamn the team and the NFL and everybody else, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You finish up. Give your last word. Go ahead.
You're right. I see the point that you're making, but it's just a tough situation. I would just leave it at
Well,
that.
no. I don't want you to say I'm right. I'm just talking. I want you to have the last word. If you feel I'm wrong, go.
Yeah, I'm not.
Go.
No, I'm not saying you're right. I'm just saying I see your point. I never looked at it from that point. But as far from an HR perspective, whatever is in that employee handbook, and he signed that contract, that's what they have to abide by. I mean, they can, sit them down and suspend them, but then you're not guaranteeing him a job after the suspension. I mean, so why hold on to him? You're not guaranteeing him a job. You're saying you're going to revisit the situation after a year.
Yeah.
Okay, that's saying, okay, well, we might suspend you for another year.
Yeah. The nigga went crazy. We can't trust him. Can't trust the nigga. Went crazy.
Yeah. Good talking to you, man.
Yes, sir. Salute, man. Thank you.
All right, bye.
The lawyers are making the decisions. A lawyer was chasing me in 2004 from MS Communications. I've told you this before, and I've even put that letter up on my older YouTube channel. I stopped responding to Hot 97. They were offering me nigger pennies. I was negotiating with Clear Channel for those millions. The lawyer sent an email threatening me and my former manager. Why aren't you responding? We've got the offer. We're going to send the contract in a car to Hazleton, PA. All you have to do is just sign it, and the driver will bring the contract back. I saved that letter. Now, I don't have to say that to sound cool because, the average nigga will say, you got fired from Hot 97. And that's fine if you think that. That's fine. Whenever my documentary comes out, that letter will be right there. Pow! Showing that lawyer saying, we're trying to contact you. The GM stopped reaching out to me. It was all on the lawyer. And this situation right now is all on the lawyer from the Boston Celtics. Hold on a second. Gunk got your donation. Caller ate the NyQuil chicken and overdosing. Okay. Urban Gorilla, are you tapping in, sir? Do you want to call in? I got time for my sponsors tonight. Yes, I do. Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any sponsors who want to tap in. Okay. Your Sicilian Cuzzo. Okay. This guy. Okay. Hey, Troy. Have you ever watched former mob boss, I'm not going to say the name, YouTube channel? He's interesting to listen to. A Neapolitan like yourself. #salute. He's from North Jersey. Yes, he's Neapolitan. What family is he connected to? What family? I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. My Sicilian Cuzzo, have you heard me mention in the past that John Gotti was not Sicilian? He was Neapolitan. Al Capone was not Sicilian. He was Neapolitan. Thank you for your donation. Big IKEA got your donations. Yes, Star, the hip-hop pioneers should get reparations. People have ate off of them whilst shitting on them, and a lot of rappers have ate off of their formula while not giving props. I totally agree. Big IKEA then says Nia Long was dumb. Oh, I bet you're 50. Okay, he's calling her BITCH. You're 50 with an underage kid. Ain't nobody checking for you. Let the immigrant have his side piece. You know what it is. Damn. Gem Star taking a shot at Florida boy Jay. The replacement coach that is stepping in for the head coach and coaching the Celtics is a biracial half-black, just like the head coach. Okay. Big Aki then says Aaron is only into basketball to watch the bulges of Latinos. And I'm surprised that Flaming Flamingo's favorite wasn't Jerry West or Bob Coke. Okay, thank you. Hold on a second, guys. Let's bring in area code 901. Are you there? Good evening, 901. Talking about a few topics. Late night, 901.
What's going on, Star?
Hey, who's this?
This is Stephanie from Memphis.
Hey, how are you, Lynn? Good to hear from you.
I'm all right.
Okay.
So you posed the question, should the hip-hop pioneers get reparations?
Yes, ma'am.
And I say yes. But not only them, everybody should. If you FBA and you Black in America, you should be getting reparations. I don't care if you a J on the street. The dope boys in the J should be getting reparations for Nicaragua because they the one made the dope. The Mexicans should be giving us, reparations for making these roofs for $2.99 a shingle. They need to be giving that to the FBA home builders. The Africans need to be giving us reparations from not only snatching us out our huts, but for snatching our edges too. Go and get them to the beautician in the bar.
Let's go.
Their brains was ridiculous.
Let's
like
go.
everybody needs to be giving us some reparations. The Vietnam women need to be giving us reparations for messing up our cuticles with these dirty nails that they put on us. Everybody needs to be giving us reparations. And at this point, we sick of it, Star.
I agree.
We sick of it.
I agree.
Everybody, y'all all at the fault, and it's so crazy because I was listening to a podcast. I don't know what it was, but they were talking about how a woman on a national syndicated show was saying, "Oh well, it's not really on us to give y'all reparations. It's on the Africans that sold y'all to us to give us. Everybody needs to be giving it to us, and don't be pointing the blame at somebody else. Everybody wrong. Y'all all wrong."
Right. And you have to be careful because I forget which state. I think it was Texas. They're trying to relabel slavery as involuntary servitude or something like that. Did you hear about that?
No, I haven't heard about that. But that's the BS that they try to play. You know what I'm saying? Everything but the right thing. We don't have time for it no more. We sick of it.
Stay with me one second. Stay with me. I appreciate the call.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, there it is. Involuntary servitude or involuntary slavery. This is the bullshit. It's the bullshit.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. BS.
A constitutional term for a person laboring against that person's will to benefit another under some form of coercion to which it may constitute slavery. Yeah, so they're trying to, in different states, not just Texas, change the term slavery to involuntary servitude. Go ahead.
But that's the problem because they changed the names of things to keep up the confusion.
Right.
And it ain't no more confusion that needs to be kept up. We all, at this point, everybody on code. So we sick of it, and whatever you call it, we want our money. Because I don't care. I'm finna tell Auntie the little J on the street, come on, get your little $25. I know you gonna smoke it up, sis, but come on, get it. We deserve it.
Right. And whatever you get, I want half. Whatever you get, I want my half. Yes, I do. Good.
You feel? Well, okay. Well, you get half of. You get, you know what I'm saying? Your little $12.50.
You want to?
I don't care, Star. I don't care if it's 50 cents. I need me. You hear me?
You're right. You want to chime in on this Boston Celtics situation, or is that not your interest?
I mean, it's not really my thing. It is what it is. It's just a man that thought he was one of the whiteys, and he could fuck a whitey.
Yeah.
And excuse my friend.
No, that's okay. Tonight you can use profanity. It's Friday night. Go on and talk reckless if you want to. It's Friday night.
And they put him back in his place where he should have been.
Yeah.
You should have been coming over here with the black girls and not doing these black girls wrong. That's what you should have been doing, because we would have held you down. And now we can't even hold you down, my dude, because you over here messing with, you know what I'm saying, her.
I'm going to go on record and say that I think the suspension is right. I don't think he should be given the opportunity to leave so easily because he can turn around and start trying to sue. You know, time has to be flushed out to see if anybody else pops up, to see if there's anything that he did that could allow them to sue him. They might have to sue his clown ass.
Well, I think in technical terms, it was written out in layman's in whatever handbook that they have. And that's not only in the NBA. Right. That's in any handbook at any job that you go to. Don't fraternize with your employer. You know what I'm saying? Like, the employees can do whatever they want to do. They cool. Let them have all their love and hip-hop vibes going on. But as a manager or as somebody that is in a position of power, it's no way that you should be, you know what I'm saying, having sex with all these people that you govern.
Yeah.
So I think it's right. I think what they did was right. I don't think it was excessive. And I know one caller was saying why, because he's Nigerian. Is that why it's such an uproar? No, it's not because he's Nigerian. It's because he has a whole handbook to tell him what to do and what not to do. And obviously he just thought with his little head and not the big one, and just did what he wanted to do. Yeah. So now you got to face the consequences.
Yeah. Hey, I want to ask you: do you have a channel or something that you do? I like your voice.
I got a little channel, but I don't want to, I don't want to just divulge who I am.
Okay, Let's
get some money off of it first. No. Let's get some money off of it first, because I seen in the comments they was trying to figure out who I am too.
Oh,
okay, so if they give you some money, then I let them. You know what I'm saying? I let them know who I am.
Well, listen,
and just break me off a little stuff through cash.
Well, listen, I like your flow. And you call back if you want to. Email me. We'll get you on the line. I like your perspective. All right.
Okay. All right, Star.
Have a great night. Thank you, darling.
All right, for
Take care. Bye now. I love a Southern woman that can talk and talk and talk. She had a nice flow, didn't she, Troll Babies? A nice flow. Bumpton Badussi G's sends in a donation via PayPal. Star, do you have an uncensored version of the WAC 100 video, pardon me. Love some of that gangster rock from the Fantastic Four. Whoa, what is it? Okay, looking for some blood-ass nigga. I don't know what you're talking about. Hashtag you next, Rory. Thank you for your donation. Gossip T sends in a donation. He made a double entendre and said, I keep them jam nada. Don't like with me, boy. Or that ass will get bam. Okay, that's crazy, Jesus. Thank you so much for your donation. Chan, I got your donation. He says, Star, did you ever hear that song Bustin' Out by Rick James? Of course. Reminds me of the Boston Coach. Bustin' Out off of the, God, what album is that? That may have been the name of the album. Mary Jane was on that album. We're busting out of this L7 square was the lyrics. Hold on a second, guys. That was my guy. What a great songwriter Rick James was. He was a crazy cokehead, but he's on the cover holding a Les Paul of that album. Les Paul guitar. He's got his hair parted. Okay, 1979. The album Bustin' Out of L7. That's the name, the exact name. Bustin' Out of L7. Yeah, man. Mary Jane was on that album. Monster hit. Thank you for your donation. Horror film assistant. Are you still looking for a horror film director? We are a porn company also. I am. Hang on, let me put my email address on the screen. I don't know if you're trolling or if you're serious. I'm looking for a horror film director, but you have to be in Atlanta. Thank you for your donation. Someone pretending, or maybe that is Brooklyn Giggles, FBJ is a hypocrite. Same nigga that said he would never date black women. Aaron, a.k.a. Norman Bates, needs to watch his mouth before a Lagos Giggles pulls up. Thank you. Let's do one more call because it's getting kind of late. I want to hit the gym in the morning. Let's do area code. Okay, that was too loud. Let's try 443. Good evening. You're my last caller. Are you there? 443. Yes, no, maybe? 443.
Yes, sir. What's going on, Big Homie?
Hey, how are you, man? What's cracking?
I'm good, man. Honored to call in. I wanted to speak on the Boston Celtics issue.
Please.
Yeah, so two comments. For one, I mean, I heard a lot of comments on the scam in Nigeria. I don't know if I can really go along with that. Like, Nia Long has made several comments. Well, I've heard two.
Okay.
Where she stated, she didn't really see the big deal with marriage. Like, if you love someone, what does being married really have to do with it? So I don't know if he was stringing her along. And then the second part, I mean, I guess we've kind of seen this before, where you got a white woman involved with a black dude, and it's all cool until it's found out.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, they're now saying it was unwanted, I guess, comments that he was making towards her. And I know one of the first books I remember reading 20 years ago was To Kill a Mockingbird. You know what I'm saying? Where everything was fine, but then once it's a black dude, oh no, he raped you.
Right.
So you have to say it was unwanted. And then that's where we get in the position that we're in now. So I can't say that's what happened, but it seems like that's what it's kind of turning into, So I guess.
Well, hang on a second. I appreciate your perspective. Do you think that he just was doing too much, out of pocket, thinking with the head between his legs, smashing not one but two married women? If he would just got caught smashing one, I would say, let's cut him some slack. But here's a biracial nigga up in Boston, Beantown, got to watch yourself up there, smashing two married women. Fuck is wrong with that nigga?
Yeah, I can't really, you know what I'm saying? I can't really, I got no defense for that one as a head coach of a very, prominent basketball organization. You know the position that you're in, so you put yourself in hot water. So he gotta take the medicine that they give him on this one.
Yeah. Hey man, I appreciate the call.
The big thing.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish up. Sorry.
I was going to say that I've heard a lot of comments on it, and while I can say that it's not, I'm not going to say it's not right, because this is definitely not the only time this has happened, and it's happening in a lot of other places. But the big thing with them, I can't really get mad at the Celtics too much, because it can be a lawsuit that comes out of this, and then they could be potentially liable. So it's tough. It's tough for dude, because this could kind of ruin his career, which hopefully doesn't happen. But the Celtics, they're going to protect themselves. They're going to protect themselves.
As they should. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I
appreciate
the call.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay.
Peace.
Okay. Peace.